guys, so today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to look really flawless and fresh faced with the most minimal amount of makeup that you possibly can wear, because it's summer and you don't want to be wearing a lot of makeup or else it's just going to sweat off and it's just too hot out for that. So that's why I look like this right now. I know I look gross, but it's inspired by the cover of the W magazine. Well, it's not inspired by the cover of the W magazine. It's inspired by the person on the cover of the W magazine, which is Kate Blanchett, or Blanchett, however you pronounce her name. But her face looks amazing, and I just had to do a tutorial on how to sort of look like that the best that I can try and replicate it, because I really do like her face in this. It looks amazing, and I think it's perfect for summer. She's not wearing hardly any makeup on her eyes. Not really wearing too much where it looks overdone, and I just really like it. Yeah. Okay, so the main thing in this look is your skin. You want to make your skin look as flawless as you possibly can without caking on any makeup. Well, without caking on a lot of makeup. So, you want to use a brush that's not really going to be putting too much, not putting on a lot, but you still are putting it on. So things that I suggest using, tools, you could use this brush. This is the Sigma SS187. It's a stippling brush. It's a dual fiber brush, and you basically can use it to stipple on your foundation so you don't put on too much. You can also use this, which is what I'm going to be using. It's the Sonia Kashuk blending sponge. And it's sort of like the Beauty Blender, but it's a lot cheaper, and you can get it at Target. You don't have to go to Sephora. So yeah, you could also use these, which you can get at the drugstore. These are cosmetic wedges, and you get a whole bunch of them for like a really cheap price. So you could use this. I wet my sponge because I think when it's wet, it gives you more of like a sort of glow to your skin, rather than using it dry. So the foundation I'm going to be using is the Revlon Color Stay Active foundation, of course. It is a light makeup foundation, and it has SPF 25, which is great. So I'm just going to be putting some onto a sponge and basically just sort of patting it into my skin. And this is going to be putting on foundation and evening out your skin, but it's not going to be making you look like you have so much foundation on, and it's just going to be really fresh face. And yeah. Okay, so after you are done putting on your foundation, you want to do your under eye concealer, and not really do too much because you want to look pretty, not wearing too much makeup. And I actually took my foundation and put it over my eyelids, under my eye, just so it gave me some coverage so I don't have to be using too much concealer. And what I do is I take a Coastal Scents concealer brush, and I actually wet it to use this concealer. This is the Maybelline Dream Mousse concealer. The reason I wet it is because I watched one of Dulce Candy's videos, and she wet her concealer brush, and she said that because this concealer can get pretty cakey, so she said if you wet it, it doesn't really give you that cakey look. So that's what I do, and it actually does work. So I'm going to go wet my concealer brush, and I'll be right back. So I'm just taking my concealer brush and just sort of patting it in there. And I'm just going to take this and put it right under my eye, because I get really red under my eyes. And I'm just going to take it down a little bit, not really too far. And then just take my finger and sort of pat it. Okay, so next I'm going to be taking the Clinique Advanced Concealer, and this concealer I use on my blemishes because it covers absolutely amazing, and this can look a bit cakey if you use too much, so I try not to use a lot, but it's absolutely amazing if you have any blemishes, and I really do suggest this for blemishes. It works so well. So I'm just going to take some straight from the tube and put it on my blemish. and just take it and pat it. I took like hardly any at all, and like it covered so well. I don't know if you can see that, but those blemishes I had on my chin are now gone. So yeah, that's gonna really help you get that really flawless look to your skin. So I'm gonna just do the rest of my face and I'll be right back. In this magazine, it looks like she has some bronzer on, but very, very lightly, just because she is very pale. So I'm just gonna be taking my favorite bronzer right now. It's the MAC Bronzing Powder in Golden, and this is from the To the Beach collection, and it's basically like a really light all over bronzer. It's not really too dark, and I think it's really perfect for this tutorial. And I'm just going to be taking a Coastal Scents powder brush, and I'm just going to swirl it in there, tap off the extra, and it basically looks like she has it right near her temples, so not her temples but her forehead, so just right here across my forehead. And then I'm gonna get some more, and it looks like it sort of goes down her temples a little, and then just into her cheeks on the bottom. And then it looks like she has a little bit down the sides of her nose to kind of slenderize her nose a bit. And then I'm just going to take some, and because she has a really sharp, precise chin, or whatever, and I'm just going to go right under there and put a little on my chin and just go down a bit. So just like that, and it doesn't really look like she has on too much blush. It just looks like she has on a little bit of sort of like a peachy, pinky, tannish sort of blush. Not really too much, just a little. And for that, I'm going to be taking NARS's Deep Throat Blush, and I'm going to be taking a Coastal Scents blush brush, and these blushes can be very pigmented. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to take it and just sort of tap it in there. Very gently, just sort of go in circular motions. I don't really have to smile because I already know where my apples are, but if you don't, you might, that will sort of help you. Okay, so for my eyes, I'm going to be taking a matte, lightish, medium brownish color. This is just from a Clinique, like little sample thing, and it's right here. It's just like a matte medium brown color. I'm just taking Coastal Scents crease brush, swirling it in there, tap off the extra, and I'm just going to put this right into my crease. Alright, and then next I'm going to take this Rimmel Soft Kohl Casual Eyeliner Pencil in Pure White. It's just a white eyeliner, and I'm going to be using this as my brow highlight. Not really too much going on in her eyes, so I'm just going to take it in the inner corner of my eye and go down a little, not too far, and just blend that out. And then I'm just going to take it in the inner corners, going to line my upper lash line with this. Next I'm just going to be applying mascara. Apply this. You get done with mascara. Her lips look like she's not really wearing, like, I don't know, maybe she's wearing a gloss and a lipstick, I can't really tell. But basically all I know is that she has just basically like baby pink lips. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be applying a lip balm. This is just the EOS lip balm. I'm going to be taking this Wet n Wild, Wet n Wild, I don't know, like lipstick. It's a matte pink, sort of like a light baby pink, and I'm just going to tap it on because I don't really want too much color. For the gloss, I'm going to be taking this NYC Lip Sliders Tinted Lip Balm in Sugar Coated, and it's basically like a light baby pink sort of gloss. And I'm going to be using a lip pencil just because I don't really like sticking my finger in here. This is just an e.l.f. lip brush, and I'm going to get some of this and apply it onto my lip. No, but I think it looks pretty close. Well, she's a lot lighter than me, but yeah, so there's your sort of fresh-faced, everyday, summer, not really wearing too much makeup tutorial. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.